Manhood hour. What is a man? What is a man? Man.
It's an adult human male.
Manhood. Hillary or President Trump?
I voted for Hillary Clinton.
Beta. Beta male. A man is a male who turns to man. Alpha male. Live right, be right, and lead the way.
I do rely on my mom.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 22 of American Super Squad. We have a very special episode today. We have on returning guest, now co-host, DK Jeffers, filling in for our usual co-host, Ramon, today.
Cue applause.
It's quite
Cue
the promotion.
applause. Yes, let's fucking go! We also have on a brand new guest today. Welcome Soap Oscar onto the show.
Hey, I'm here. I'm
He's
having a
here.
good time.
He's here.
Yeah.
And he's ready to do some things to the Jewish people.
Yeah,
Just
I'm going to be
kidding.
funny. Something like that. Try to be.
Yeah. So I'm sad Ramon couldn't be on today because he was real excited to meet you. We checked out your content before, but
Yeah.
we got DK here with the jokes, ready to co-host in his stead.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look ready, dude. You look good.
You smoked a little something before.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, a little weed.
Gotta take the edge off, man.
Yeah. You nervous to meet me and everything? Or
No,
Nah, bro.
you just got some anxiety, you know?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Social anxiety.
Yeah. I used to have anxiety back
I
when
be
I was in
trying
middle
to
school.
relax around fucking strangers and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had really bad poop anxiety when I was in like early high school, like my freshman, sophomore year. That was hard. I shit my pants on accident in freshman year.
Shitting in high school or in middle school, like in a public restroom, was like frowned upon. Like it was weird. There was like a weird social thing about it. Like they would clown you. They would like go above the stall and be like, "He's shitting in there.
Yeah.
He's
There's
shitting in
always
there."
2 or 3 dudes that didn't give a fuck though.
Yeah, I was one of them.
There's
100%.
always a couple dudes that was like,
Yeah.
I had IBS. Like I'm not gonna let some fucking
Dude, I have
14-year-old
IBS. Yeah.
fuck with my shit. You know,
Yeah.
I gotta get
Literally.
it done. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna shit my pants because I'm scared of some losers. You know, throwing those wet paper towel balls around.
Yeah.
You know.
Or the entire trash can.
Or
the whole trash can,
That's
yeah.
been done a couple times. But,
Speaking of throwing trash cans around and you know, general mayhem, your content is wild. Like I checked it out, and we were watching it after the last episode we recorded last week, and you do a lot of like public stunts, public pranks.
yeah.
Yeah.
I dabble in that quite often. I kind of started with like the whole public shit just because like, I guess I just didn't have a filter. Like I just didn't give a shit. So I was like, I'll try to profit off of this. Just, you know, walk around, fuck with people, and just like say very foul shit.
You were a business-minded individual.
Yeah. You know, how can I make money? How can I get rich? You know, how can I? The whole goal of this is to eventually get kind of an Epstein Island type thing, minus the kids and shit. It's more of an island.
I feel like that's an
Yeah,
important disclaimer to add.
Yeah, minus the kids. I just want to have an island where I can hang out with all my friends and shit and ride jet skis.
You call your fan base a cult pretty often.
Yeah, this is a cult. That's what I do. You know, I'm trying to eventually get to the point where, like I said, get on that island and just fucking hang out with, you know, millions, thousands of people and, you know, have
millions
fun.
of thousands.
Millions or thousands, yeah, whichever. I'm just trying to have a silly goose time, goof off.
I fucking dig it.
Yeah.
There we go. He digs it.
You might want to hold the mic a little bit closer. I don't think you're picking up as much.
All right.
It's a little awkward, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to,
Hold that close.
this whole spot is his spot. You know
You
what
can
I
sit
mean?
in his spot. He's not gonna care.
It's hollowed. You know what I mean?
It's not, dude. He's just some fucking Ecuadorian dude. All right,
Dude,
you know.
how motherfuckers get when they get comfortable in a spot.
Well, just don't fall asleep.
Just don't fall asleep.
Stay
Yeah.
awake.
Oh no, I'm not falling asleep. I'm good.
No, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, you know, you'll.
And this is super uncomfortable, like the position. So it kind of
Yeah, so I'm saying, like, move back on the seat.
No. It's like that's okay. That's the whole purpose of, you know what I mean?
You
Well,
don't.
don't. Well,
Listen,
but get relaxed though.
Yeah,
'cause-
you don't have to be
I am
uncomfortable.
getting relaxed. That's all.
Okay.
We good. We
Okay.
good.
All right.
Trust me.
like Christ on the cross
He was a little bit comfortable, I'm sure, after a little bit.
after the blood loss.
Yeah, he was like, maybe this isn't too bad.
I'm
you
fading
know?
a little bit. You know?
Yeah, no.
We gotta-
Christ is cool.
Yeah, Christ is cool. Christ is king, according to Kanye West and to me, my personal Lord and Savior.
Yeah.
As a Jew.
Jewish people are dope.
Yeah.
I love Jewish people.
Are you just saying that for the opportunities, or?
Yeah, it's more. I think it's more about what might come if I don't say I like Jewish people. So
Yeah.
there's been some bad comments said about Jewish people here and there with
Yeah.
Kanye West.
That's
Or
like
yay,
the whole crux of my my first set was talking about
Jewish
know,
people.
how hard it is to be a fan of Kanye and a Jew at the same time
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah,
It's
he
tough.
made Runaway, but also
He made Graduation. Come
yeah,
on.
yeah, I get that. I'm not Jewish, but I'm Native American. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
I don't know what I am. But
I'm a quarter Native American. I don't like to talk about it that much because
Mm-hmm.
you know there are all those white bitches out there who are like, I'm 1/4 Cherokee. I love
yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
little bit annoying.
I eat a lot of salmon though. They don't be eating salmon like that.
Yeah.
I just eat salmon nuggets a lot.
Oh
We
yeah,
don't eat
that's
salmon
true.
like that.
That's true. Native American.
White girls. that
White
say
girls
they're-
don't like salmon as
Yeah.
much.
For real?
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I think white women love salmon as long as it's with like burnt broccoli and like bland shit. They don't like to
Yeah.
season their salmon very much.
As long as it's got like kombucha on the side or some shit, they'll drink it.
Yeah, that stuff
Yeah.
is disgusting, bro.
Kombucha? Yeah, it fucking
kombucha's
sucks.
foul.
I tried it,
It's
and I
like
went for it too.
it's like alcohol with none of the benefits.
It
It's
was
like
bad.
Yeah,
it tastes like beer.
It came out. Nah. Oh, this was kind of rough.
What?
The kombucha that I tried.
it was like fermented. Like that's the
Yeah,
problem.
It was
It's
bad,
like,
yo.
It's fermented tea. Like
It tasted like
Yeah.
flavored vinegar.
yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that's-
maybe it
that's
was
foul.
expired if it tasted like vinegar.
yeah, you might have had expired kombucha.
Yo, I bought that from the store. B, it's fucked up.
Which store did you get it from?
You might be able to
Hagen?
file
Hagen?
some litigation against them.
Hagen, the
Yeah.
Safeway. I ain't say the goddamn thing. I thought that was just motherfucking nasty ass kombucha.
Could have been not.
Could have been.
Who knows? Yeah, fuck.
Yo, I'm really here along for the ride. This is kind of dope.
I gotta.
He asked me to come last minute. I
Yeah.
appreciated the invite.
We're settling in.
Under the circumstances, as a person who loves the fuck out of a dog, I was like, oh man. You know,
Yeah.
Out of a dog.
Ramon,
oh, my bad.
Not in the white woman way.
Oh, okay.
Ramon's dog passed away, so that's
Oh,
why
really?
that's why he couldn't make it. Yeah,
Oh,
he had to put his
no.
dog down.
Dude.
Yeah,
What was the dog's name?
Buddy. His name was Buddy.
Shout out, Buddy, dude.
Shout
Shout
out,
out Buddy,
R.I.P.
for
Buddy.
real.
R.I.P. Buddy, bro.
Like, no games
Pouring one out
allowed.
for Buddy.
Love you, Buddy.
Straight up.
What type of dog was he?
He was like a terrier mix.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a funny story. He like adopted him from a crack house.
Okay.
Like there was a crack house right next to his house, and everybody just packed up and left.
Yep.
And like left the dog there, and they're like, "Oh, that's fucked up. They left the dog. I guess we gotta fucking take care of him now."
Was
So-
the dog addicted to crack also?
No, thankfully, the dog wasn't a crack dog.
Okay. Crack baby dog.
Crack baby dog. Yeah.
Fuck,
Crack
dude.
puppy.
Well,
Mhm.
yeah, shout out, Buddy, dude.
Word up.
And
That shit's always sad.
hopefully he got better before he died, and fucking hopefully he went to rehab or something. They didn't have to send him to rehab, did they?
No.
Okay.
It just had it was going deaf and it had like kidney issues or something. You know, normal
Yeah, that'll happen.
normal dog stuff.
Damn. Yeah, I have a dog. It's it's at my father's house, but he's like a little like wiener dog almost. He has like old people hair, and we call him Peanut, but I also call him Penis. So that way when I'm out at the dog park or some shit, I just yell Penis. And I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? But I'm just trying to get my dog. You know?
That should be like a law. Like you're not allowed to scream fire in a crowded theater. You shouldn't be allowed to scream penis in a crowded dog park full of women just hanging out with their dogs.
Yeah. Well, there's a fucking like there's a bit that
Ringing it like a dinner bell. Penis.
Yeah.
I've got penis.
there's a bit that like some YouTubers do. It's mostly the black YouTubers if they're unless sometimes it is white YouTubers if they're trying to feel risky, but they'll go out and they'll fucking ask people to yell for their dog. Like, can you help me find my dog? Like, what's the dog's name? And they just say the N-word. So the dog's name is just the N-word. So you have to yell that throughout the entire dog park. And like some people will do it. And it's
Yeah.
actually absurd. But,
Oh my god.
yeah, I haven't worked up the courage to do that. I don't think
That's
I should.
like- I feel like that would be
Probably
a better
not.
version of that would be a better version of what would you do, you know.
It's not a lot
Yeah.
people could do about it, but come on, B.
yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
it's a bad idea.
It really is like testing your limits of how much you love dogs versus how much you're willing to be racist in public. Like
Yeah.
it's a delicate scale.
Nah, some people like, ooh.
this is my chance. Some people get a little too comfortable with
I've
it.
been wanting to say this forever.
So I have a question about one of your videos.
Go for it.
The Windex, the drinking Windex. Did you actually drink Windex?
No, dude. No, dude. If I actually drank Windex, I definitely would not be here right now. My fucking esophagus would have like
Yeah.
completely deteriorated.
Well,
No,
like,
I put blue Gatorade in there. I think it was Powerade. I put
That's
blue
what I
Powerade
thought,
in
but
there.
then I saw you throwing up afterwards or like pretending to throw up, and I was like, did he actually drink Windex?
No. Yeah, no. I was just we were at the Dollar Tree and
Okay.
what
I was about to say, what happened?
with the Windex?
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Basically, I I fucking went out and we went to like different stores and I was trying to return this Windex because I was like, this tastes like shit. Like I need to return.
I think I've
this.
seen your stuff, bro.
You think so?
Probably.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of that shit.
Okay, then yeah.
A lot of that shit.
Yeah, you definitely have seen it then 100% because it gets around like Tacoma pretty often.
I
Like,
watch a lot of that shit.
yeah, there's a lot of people that like come like I've had like people like come up to me and like want to take pictures with me and shit like that. They've seen my stuff. It's weird. I'm like,
How many
what the
followers
fuck?
you got?
Dude, it's not even that many. That's the weird thing. Like on YouTube, I think I have like 454 subscribers or some shit like that.
For real?
Yeah, and then like Instagram, I think I just broke like 1,400, and then Snapchat's kind of a lot. Snapchat, I think is like 6,300 or some shit like that.
Right.
But then and then TikTok, it's like I don't think I've had 400 followers on TikTok yet.
Yo, that's how that
So it's
exponential
like-
shit works, yo.
Yeah.
Before you know it,
Yeah. You just get
that
well.
shit's out there.
It's also cool like having shit that's known in the area too, because like,
Yeah.
then people come up to you in person. Like, thankfully, I would be nervous if I had people coming up to me asking for pictures. Like, this mostly is what
Yeah.
has blown up in the area.
Yeah.
So like we're at a point where like Ramon's friends will just mention like, oh yeah, how's the podcast doing? And
Yeah.
he's like, I've never told you about the podcast. How do you
I
know?
know. It's weird. It's like it's one thing when it's like yeah, because that's kind of like the stages it'll go to like your friends, like the people you're close to, will be talking about it, and then you guys start talking about it, and then it just networking will just completely go out, and the next thing you know, then it's random people you've never met. Or
Yeah.
like, yo, I fucking love your shit. And you're like, dude, what the fuck? Like, this is weird.
You get that a little bit like doing comedy, but because like so many comedians
Yeah.
don't really keep up with the social media stuff or don't do it as often,
I
like,
see that a lot.
it's
yeah.
mostly just in the network of like open mic circuits. Like you'll
Yeah.
have people come up to you who are like, "Oh yeah, I saw you at Tacoma Comedy Club,"
Yeah,
or
yeah.
"I saw you at Bob's. Like you were really funny." Blah blah blah. And,
Yeah.
you know, you get some of that, but with social media, it just goes even further because just random people from the
Yeah.
area will follow you. Like,
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too, is like, because like obviously I've only like touched in on like, you know, the comedy scene and shit like that, but like also like when you're kind of getting the high from that, where like people are telling you like, oh yeah, like that shit was good, and like people are talking to you in person, like it's like, why the fuck would I do the social media thing? Because I'm already getting that, you
Yeah.
know, that recognition. So it's like,
In real life, right?
yeah. So it's like fuck it, dude, like whatever. But
you don't realize like if you want to grow out of that and like get a
yeah, that's the
following
thing. Yeah.
outside of your bubble or
Yeah.
outside of the area of people that you're actually going to shows in, because like a lot of people don't travel that much
Yeah.
to do
No,
comedy.
not at all.
At least starting out, you're supposed to, but like starting out, you're just doing what's near you.
You're just getting comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're just trying to get on stage. Is really
Now I
what you're
feel
trying
all
to do.
fucked up because I was like, I seen his face before. Fucking fanboy before I even realized like.
Yeah, that's how social media works.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
yeah.
how it works.
It's
Like-
weird.
Fucking fanboy before I realized it. I was like, nah, I might be being racist, but like
Yeah.
I know his face.
Yeah,
I've seen
yeah.
his face.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like with 100% assurance.
Yeah.
I was like, I seen this dude's face.
Yeah.
Because it was right here. I felt like it was in person probably.
Yeah. Well, that and that's the thing too, is like if you like, it's all about just building like the familiarity and shit like that. Where it's like, like even with you, like me just walking up to you, like there's something about that, like that's gonna stay in your head. Where it's like I fucking know that kid from somewhere, and then next time you see me, whether it's on a screen or in person, you're like, that's what it was. I've met that kid. You know what I mean? And then you tell people like, oh, like yeah, I've met that kid and shit like that. And they're like,
Because there's a couple people who do that. Oh, my bad, bro. Is this better?
Yeah,
Yeah, just
that's
hold it
better.
like that,
That's
It
better.
just feels like, you know what I mean? There's probably a lot of DNA, a lot of Ramon,
Oh, so this
a
is
lot
what
of
it's about.
Ramon
Yeah.
essence
Yeah,
on all this shit.
You don't
Like,
want his ass juice near
bro,
you.
ass juice. I know he's got a spot. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like sitting here, sweating and shit. Probably come here, kick it, chill.
Well, he's not fucking getting naked on my sofa, dude. Like we aren't, we aren't that tight.
But nah, it's a couple people who do that, like crazy returns and all these crazy questions in public and shit.
oh
I always
yeah,
thought
Yeah,
that shit
yeah.
was dope.
Like
But,
public stunts.
I've always lived in places where that shit would be dangerous, though. You know
No,
what I mean?
dude, there's been a couple times where like most of it's been cut and shit like that from like
Right,
videos, but like yeah, there's been a couple times where I'm out here and I'm like, oh shit. Like I've seen some stuff, but then there's been a couple times where I'm like, fuck, like this is
I can't
kind of
imagine
bad.
someone like
Well, it's about reading the room too. Like
Yeah,
like
for
I'm not
sure.
gonna fucking walk up to like if there's like
Uh-oh.
fucking 10. Yeah.
spotlight on your soul.
Yeah. I'm not gonna walk up to a bunch of black dudes.
Spotlight on your
Yeah.
soul.
You went into like a Jerry Seinfeld mode for a
Yeah.
second.
Yeah, it's like, so I always check the shoes. If it's a group of 10 black guys,
What's the
Yeah.
I
deal
check the
with
shoes.
black guys in the corner store?
Yeah, I know. No, it's like fucking really anything. Like, I'm not gonna walk up to like 10 dudes though and be like, "Oh, fucking, what do you guys think about genocide or some shit?" Like, that's fucking dumb. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But-
Even it's not even race related. Like, just you don't want to walk up to a group of like construction worker dudes and
Yeah,
like, fuck
no.
around with them.
Yeah,
like,
no, that's
it's
fucking
not a good
dumb.
idea.
Yeah, you gotta pick your audience. You gotta know who you're about to talk to.
All right, bro. You see me
Mm-hmm.
walking,
Walking around,
Okay.
doing a little strut, you know.
bogging in dirty Tims. Are you
Okay.
asking me about genocide if I'm walking by?
Yeah, I might.
I'm gonna make it on your show if I'm walking.
Yeah, if you're walking, I might go, yo, excuse me, because I might start off with like an easy question or something like that.
Yeah, because there's like a balance too. Like,
Yeah, you gotta hook a person in. You know what I mean? You could be like, oh shit, did you see? Have you seen this kid anywhere? Like or something like that. You'd be like, it's like this short little white kid. You're like, nah, man, like I don't know what you're talking about. And then you're gonna keep walking. Like, also, the genocide thing? What do you think about that? Nothing even completely related. Like you're gonna be like, what the fuck did you just say to me? Like, what are you talking about? That's the reaction that you want. Is like the speechlessness, and then just turning around like, and they just keep walking. It's like, all right, like whatever. And you just keep walking.
See, I gotta watch it. I gotta watch it because I don't know how far you go.
he doesn't
Yeah,
go
you know what
that
I mean?
he doesn't go that crazy.
Yeah, no, I
I
mean,
think I showed you one of the wildest things I saw.
Yeah,
It's just like
that honestly was
petition to make gingers their own race. Like,
Yeah.
that's a funny one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
dude.
yo.
Yeah, that shit was so bad, dude. I got kicked off of like all of the U of O campus
For that
Yeah, dude.
specifically.
Well, no, okay, so so I was doing it and like I'm like getting aggressive with it and shit like that. Like I'm like yelling and like saying fuck and like being like a dickhead kind of. And this security walks up to me, like U of O security, and he's like, yo, you got to stop doing that. Like I need to see your ID and stuff like that, like your student ID. And then I was like, yeah, it's like back at the door. I'm like, go get it or whatever. And so he like kind of tells us to like leave. And so we just go to a different part of the campus and I start doing it. And then this cop shows up. This cop rolls up and comes up to me. He goes, hey, can I talk to you for a second? I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And so he starts talking to me. He needs my ID or whatever. So I show him my ID. And then I basically just told him that I sold coke. I told this officer that I sold cocaine. And then
What was your thought process with that?
well, we're recording and everything like
Oh,
that.
so
I'm like,
you were doing it for content.
yeah, so I'm just like, I'm gonna fucking roll with this, dude. I don't care. And so I just told him, I was like, yeah, I sell coke and stuff like that. I sell them to the fraternities and the sororities. They buy in bulk. I'm here from Washington. And yeah, he was super chill about it. He just took my ID and then looked at it, took it down and everything, and then left. And then
I'm stuck on he was super chill about it.
he was, yeah, he didn't care. He was
Yeah.
like, because I'm just, when I get out there and I get my mode and like I'm warmed up and everything like that, dude, I'll fucking, yeah, I could.
Go wild. Go
Yeah,
bug
dude.
wild.
Yeah, I can. I'm real. I got that $1 million smile. I'm not. I get cute with it. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that though, because like I get that way on stage. Like on stage, I'll say some buck wild shit because there is that separation of like,
yeah,
there is a stage, it's a performance. Like it's not necessarily like reflecting on me as a person.
Yeah.
Like some people might think it does, but like fuck that. Like it's
Yeah.
comedy. It's a performance.
yeah,
But like I don't have that level of confidence to do that in person. So
yeah.
like,
You just have to
that's-
disassocate.
Yeah,
it's kind of
yeah.
like the thing. Like,
You got to do that on stage too.
yeah, you're just a vessel. That's
Yeah.
all it is. You're just like, I'm a vessel, and I got a job,
Sounds some
dude.
demonic shit.
Yeah.
I just raise my hand and let the spirit take over me.
Yeah, no, I'm just.
When I grab the mic, I feel the power.
yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's kind
It's
of what
not
it is.
me.
You'll hear a lot of comics talk about that
They're
too.
working through
Yeah.
me.
Just like disassociating. Like I feel
Yeah.
it all the time. Like I get tunnel vision
Mhm.
almost every time I go on stage because I'm just like trying to do my material, like hoping it
Yeah.
goes well. Like you're very hyper focused on on what you're doing in the moment. And
Yeah.
sometimes you miss things that happen in the audience
Mhm.
because you're just like so focused on maybe one person that you're looking at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only time, yeah, because like I said, like I've done stand up once. I did stand up at ETC, you know, that clothing shop like down the street.
Yeah, they do stand up over there?
No, they did like an open mic one time.
Oh.
This is when I was like a sophomore or some shit like that, and there was it was like on Instagram or something like that. They're like, yeah, open mic or something like that, and I was like, oh, that's right. They're doing comedy, like that's weird. And so I showed up, and it was like mostly for music. Like they were doing like open mic for like music. And I was like,
Oh
shit.
no, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm here for the open mic, and they're like, okay, did you sign up online? I was like, no. I was like, I gotta sign up online. They're like, yeah. And they're like, all right, it's fine. You just want to go first? And I was like, yeah, sure. And they're like, what are you doing? And I was like,
They were setting you up for failure, dude.
yeah, I was like, honestly, whatever. Though, like, I didn't really care that much. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go first. And they're like, what's your act? Like, do you have your instrument? And I was like, no. I was like, I'm doing
Instrument.
Yeah, I was like, I'm doing stand up. And they're like, all right, yeah, fine, let's go. And so I went up there, and dude, the jokes I told were like so absurd. Like they just weren't even. I wrote the set that day. Like I wrote it within 2 hours, and then I went up there and just performed it for like, I think it was like 5 minutes of material somehow. And I just, dude, the jokes I was telling was just like nothing was landing. Like, dude, it was so bad. Like,
oh yeah, you're just
dude,
getting through
How
it.
long ago was that?
shit, that would have been like what, 5 years ago or something like that. Dude, it was like, oh, it was bad. I went up there. I remember like telling like the first like punchline or whatever in air quotes, and yeah, dude, as soon as that didn't land, like my entire body just like shut down. I was like, fuck, like this is gonna be bad. I got like 2 laughs. That was it.
Hey, 2 is better than none.
Yeah.
I've seen like going to open mics all the time. You see so many open mic comics.
That
go
shit
up.
gets rough sometimes.
You've been
Silence
through
is the worst.
Yeah.
You've been through the worst.
Yeah. No, it was. Yeah. It was honestly not that bad. But after I was like super pissed off. But then I was just like, honestly, the fact that I didn't get laughs like it's also funny. Like
Yeah, it's funny to you.
Yeah. I was like, dude, fucking like whatever. Like I was like,
Those
it's
fucking
fine.
That's like
Yeah.
I would say one of the most important things for a comic to have is that like enjoyment from bombing, which sounds weird.
No, yeah.
Like because like
If you think it's
You
funny,
don't-
who gives a fuck?
you don't want to bomb, but if
Yeah.
you're gonna bomb, like you might as well have fun with it.
Yeah, if
Like,
you're
you
gonna
might as well-
bomb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like do it.
And
Yeah.
you just gotta accept that you're gonna bomb sometime.
Yeah, and
It's part of the process.
Yeah, you're like, I'll be up here again, so
Yeah.
it's fine. You gotta live, you gotta learn.
My
gotta do
best
shit.
set that I have, like I had to bomb that out like 6,
I'm
7,
sure,
8
yeah.
times to
Yeah.
get to a point where it's like, okay, how do I shift this around to make it work?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's literally just the crowd. Like some comics will say, "Oh, never blame the crowd; it's always your fault." But
No.
legitimately, I had 3 open mics like within the 2 days before I did a big showcase.
Yeah.
Did the exact same set
Mhm.
for all 3 of those open mics. It bombed every single time.
Yeah.
Did it the same way, the same cadence, the same
Mhm.
everything at the showcase, and it killed.
Yeah. Like people in Washington aren't gonna laugh at the same things that, you know, people in Florida might laugh at or something like that. If you're
Also,
if you're gonna
every
stage.
every type of crowd is different. Like
Yeah.
just the difference between it being an open mic versus being like an orchestrated comedy show where
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
everyone there is booked out.
Yeah.
Like the audience looks at it a way different way. Like open
Yeah.
mics, they're like, oh, this guy might suck. Guy might be good. Let's be a
Yeah.
little bit more of a dick to him and like not laugh versus like if they're telling us that this guy's going to be funny, like let's just, you know, hope
Yeah,
for the
you're
best.
you're kind of like, oh, okay, then he kind of has to be funny. So I might even force a laugh or two,
Yeah.
even though I don't think it's funny because I feel
Yeah.
influenced. You know?
And
Yeah.
in an open mic,
And there's a 2 drink minimum and you know,
Yeah, yeah.
most of the people are going to get drunk.
Yeah.
majority of the crowd is comedians too.
Yeah, so they're gonna
know
think
what I
that.
mean?
Yeah, they're already in a
So,
comedic mindset. Where
right.
they're like, you know.
And it's a competition in their minds and
Yeah.
in some way as well.
Trying to
Yeah.
make a comic laugh is one of the hardest things on the planet because they're
It's so
probab-
dissected. It's
they're
like
thinking
they
about
already
their
know.
own set. They're
Yeah.
thinking about like a mistake that you made
Yeah, yeah.
technically.
And
They
not
don't
even in a
want to
hating
laugh
way
because they're
a lot
like,
of
oh,
times,
this guy
you know what
can't
I
be
mean?
funnier than me. Like,
Yeah.
But just like making funny people laugh is
Yeah.
different from a crowd that's just there to laugh.
It is. Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I
It's a
mean?
lot more
So-
satisfying to make, you know, someone that, you know, makes other people laugh for a living, like kind of like also laugh. Like, you know, they get a little bit more submissive and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're doing that? That's what you're there for
What? So like.
on your show, on your channel.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I'm definitely there to like, you know, I just care about making people laugh. I just want people to laugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to make people feel. This is the biggest thing. So not a lot, there's not a lot of people that can do that.
Is there more that you being for real?
Like make people feel?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
I feel that way too.
Yeah.
With like comedy, like I'd rather people get mad at me than like have no reaction whatsoever.
No, 100%. Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna bomb and like if I have a joke that's going in a sour direction and people are getting mad at me, I'm gonna ask them why. I'm gonna be like,
yeah.
why do you feel that way? Like,
Yeah.
why does this white lady hate that I'm like
Yeah.
talking about, growing up in a black neighborhood? Like,
Mhm.
what's there?
Yeah. Well, those are some of the questions because like, God, this is actually really good. I've never actually like really like talked to like comics, I guess. Like I've always just been around my friends and shit like this. This is kind of different. This is kind of cool. But
Yeah.
no,
we're here to learn from each other. Because
No, yeah.
I've
wouldn't
never
call
done
myself
your.
a comic though.
you're
Yeah.
pretty
Comic
funny.
adjacent.
Yeah, okay, dude.
Like I don't do. I've done like 3-4 sets.
Yeah, but
They're
you're
not
funny.
even sets.
Yeah.
You're funny.
You can also just be naturally funny. Like Joey Diaz didn't even start stand-up comedy until he was like fucking what, like 30 or 40 or something like
Like
that.
45.
Yeah,
I
dude.
think I am.
How old do I think you are?
Yeah.
You look a day over 30.
Oh, right.
You look like. Wait,
No,
like,
he's not
you're
calling
like,
you Joey Diaz.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no, I'm just asking. I was just
Oh.
curious.
like 16, 17?
Fuck out here.
No, you look young. All right, what do you?
He's pulling the MILF maneuver. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you don't look a day over
Right. I was
21.
like,
Yeah.
this motherfucker flirting with me. Fuck, keep going. Bro, it's been a while. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking joking. Nah, I'm 37 though.
You're 37?
I'll be 38 in a little bit.
Dude, yeah, you do not
Old
look
as shit.
37.
Nah,
you
I'm
look,
not
you
old
look,
as shit, but I do feel like
you look, yeah, you look
I'm
a lot
not
younger.
fucking 25. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Black
Yeah,
don't
you
crack.
look young.
Appreciate it, bro. It's the cocoa butter.
Yeah.
Cocoa butter, dude.
Fuck outta here.
Moisturize, dude.
Yeah, I gotta moisturize a lot, dude.
Word?
Yeah, I think I got eczema or some shit like that.
Oh damn.
I
got
be in the
eczema?
showers. Yeah, dude, I got eczema. I be in the shower and then I get out. I'm like, fuck. I feel like I got to get in a tub of lotion or something like that.
Where I got all of the physical like advantages. Like I'm Nigerian, so it's like hitting the reset button on what made black bodies dope. It's like, yo, damn, I just did a fucking Nintendo reset. I did the button from the old Nintendo. Damn, I'm old, son.
Dude, that's not
But,
even old. Like I grew up in like late 90s, early 2000s. So like I grew up poor, so I just had the old technology.
Word.
So I had
We
that.
kept our Nintendo and Sega Genesis for a long time.
I grew up pretty poor, but like I was poor to where like we're poor, but I also have a PlayStation. You know what I
Word.
mean?
Straight
Like,
up.
yeah.
I had a pawn shop
PlayStation 2 was like the most ubiquitous. I had a PS2.
That's what I grew up with. Yeah,
Yeah,
I had a
PS2
PS2 for a
was
long time, and then I
sick.
eventually got that. Then I eventually got my 360.
I
Played
had
that
a
for a long
Dreamcast
time.
for a long time.
I've never played a Dreamcast,
So,
dude.
yo, it's pretty.
Never
dope.
got a 360. My mom was always like,
Really?
"You still have your PS2," and I was like, "Mom, you don't understand. I have to play
Yeah.
Xbox. I have to play Black Ops with
Yeah,
my
yeah.
friends." Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have Wi-Fi for a long time too. I
Yeah.
had no Wi-Fi.
No multiplayer. Yeah.
Yeah,
I went through a phase where I just felt like I was just too good for video games. I felt too grown for that shit.
Really?
But now, yeah.
How old were you at the time when you were going through that?
Ah, man. When do motherfuckers think they grown?
I'd say right.
I'd say around 18.
Yeah.
Some people get
At
confident.
18, I was playing video games a little bit then, but
I don't know. I've only lived
at
20
like
years of life.
22, I was like, yo, I don't play video games. 22, 23.
Yeah, I feel like that makes sense.
And
Yeah.
then I dove back in at like 27.
Yeah, you're like, what was I thinking, dude? This is like
Yeah.
awesome.
Then I
Yeah.
like in and out. Like I
Yeah.
only play sports games. I had to like,
That's
You're
like,
you're
I'll
going through
play
like a
that kitty shit.
personality.
that's
I
like
don't
one
play
of
that kitty shit.
that's
Yeah.
one of the worst
I play
brands.
2K.
It's one of the worst brands of masculinity. Is like I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot and like suffer because
Yeah.
because like I'm a man. I'm not gonna enjoy things. Men
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
enjoy things.
I'm like the last edition of that shit, like where
Mhm.
the masculinity is toned down just enough. Like
Yeah.
just enough. Like
I be getting feminine
it
sometimes,
started
dude.
sweeping the like my generation.
You're on your
had a little bit of
non-binary
that.
shit.
Sometimes, yeah, dude. I get in touch with my
I
feminine
won't
side. I
say
get
feminine, but like
you get emotional.
the generation just before me, like they don't play that crying shit.
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I had a
But
lot of
my
that
mom
growing
was
up.
there
Yeah.
to like protect me from that because
Mhm.
my dad wasn't there to be like, we don't play that crying shit.
Yeah.
So it
Oh, so your
just-
mom was more of the don't cry type shit,
no,
or she
I'm
was
saying-
she was the emotional one.
yeah, it was she's
Oh, okay.
she's a whole lady.
Yeah.
Well, you never
And
know.
So I know, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
nice segue. We're
Yeah.
segueing.
All right.
Back to stories because I'm curious to. You heard a little bit about like the comedy world. I want to hear
Mhm.
more about like stories where you've like run into real trouble doing
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
doing pranks in public.
Oh, doing like this stuff.
Yeah, doing,
Yeah. I guess we could go back to the U of O one. Yeah. So
yeah,
we,
the U of O story.
Yeah. So I had so we had like this little like tuk-tuk van, where it's like this miniature. They have them like China and like Japan a lot. It's like these very small like minivans kind of like they're like super small, and there was 4 of us in there, and we drove it on campus. Like we were driving it through like the grass and like through like the main part of campus. And dude, the fucking cops and shit like that, like the security was chasing us and everything like that. Like we had to fucking get out of there.
Yeah, I don't think they would be fans of that.
No, it was really bad. And so, yeah, we had to dip out of there. And basically I never really went back to U of O after that. I got kicked out. I've been kicked out of like multiple places like Walmart and shit like that. Like the Walmart.
Like individual Walmarts, or like were you banned globally from Walmart?
No, like individual ones. There's one Walmart. It's right next to my house. Is the one like next to Allenmore and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I've been kicked out of like 3 times and shit like that. They're like, "Are you recording?" I'm like, "No, I don't think so. Like it just looks like this." You know,
those are the best videos that I see where it's like someone comes up to you and is like, "Are you recording?" And it's very obvious that you're recording.
Yeah.
I'm watching it right
Yeah.
now. It's like, no, we're not recording.
That's where that confidence thing comes in, because it's like when you get someone that like maybe isn't that confident, like maybe just doesn't give a shit that much, and you just like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. You know, you just get like real sociopathish.
Yeah,
they'll believe you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just have to use the Dennis technique.
What is that?
You've never seen Always Sunny?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I didn't know if you were making a reference to it. I thought you were just making a reference to a random Dennis person.
No.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm not just shit talking my boy Dennis, who's a sociopath. Yeah, so you've been kicked out of Walmarts. You've been kicked off of U of O. I'm surprised you didn't get in trouble for like just telling a police officer that you sold coke.
Yeah, me too, dude.
They're just like, oh yeah, that happens enough.
They told us to leave these ones alone.
Actually, I think I know what it might. Yeah, I think I know that's probably what it is. Is like there are kids at U of O who sell coke, but also like their dad's a senator, and it's like, oh, we can't.
That's what I told him.
We can't kick him out.
No,
you told him that.
Oh, I told him.
I've seen your shit.
Yeah, I told him. I was like, no, my dad, you know, he's paying so much for me to go here and shit like that. And, you know, I got all this money and then I fucking spend it all and then I'm fucked and then like, I don't know what to do. And he's like, yeah, I get it. But no, dude, all those videos that I did at U of O, they actually like blew up like fucking like ridiculously. Like there was one of the ones. So this was like my first time like really doing like YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Like, so we go out, we film this bit, or it's like the redheads being their own race or whatever. We post one of them on TikTok. I think it gets like 3,000 views, right? And we're like, holy shit. Like, that's crazy. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, we post one the next day, and it was of the one where it's that old guy. And, dude, we posted it at like 6, and then I checked it at like 7. It was like 300. I was like, holy fuck. I was like, dude, we're doing good, right?
Yeah.
So,
dude, for early YouTube, that's crazy, because like a lot
How
of my
long ago
videos
was
will
this?
get like 12
this
views
is,
in
I
an
think
hour.
it was like a year ago or something like that. Might have been more than that, actually. It might be like a year and a half now. I don't know. But yeah, I check it. It's like 300. I'm like, fuck. Like, thank God. I get in my car and I'm going to UPS, University of Puget Sound, because that's where I went to school.
Yeah.
And I'm going on the way there and I'm driving, and the kid that I filmed with that like edited it and everything, he goes, dude, check the TikTok. I looked at it. Shit was at 10K.
Damn.
It was at 10K. And I'm like, holy fuck. I'm like, what the fuck? He goes, dude, refresh it. Keep refreshing it. I keep refreshing it. It's going up 1,000 views each time that I refresh it. It's going to 11, to 12, 13, 14. I'm like, oh my God. And he's like, yeah. He's like, just call me back. Let me know when you're back. And I go, okay. I hang the phone up. I drive to UPS, like a 5-minute drive. I get there and I go into my friend's dorm room, Jack and Max. I'm like, guys, look at this shit. And I look at it. This shit's at 100K now. This shit went up to 100K, and I was like, oh my fucking, I just keep refreshing it. It's going up and up, and I'm having like a fucking mental breakdown. I'm like, oh my God, like this is crazy. This is my first YouTube video. Like, I've never seen this before.
Shit
I'm
is
like,
pretty dope, bro.
yeah, I'm like, dude, people grind like for fucking ever to get this shit, and I'm getting it like immediately. Like, I was like, what the fuck is going on? I went to sleep. I woke up the next morning. I had fucking 500,000 already. And I was like, oh my God.
That's the redhead one?
Yeah, this is the redhead one. And then we posted another one that the next day, that shit hit. Then we posted another one, that shit hit. Like it just kept hitting, because that's the momentum. The algorithm was pushing me. So I'm like, we just have to keep this momentum. And like next thing you know, like we're gonna make it out. Like it's fine. We won't have to stay in Tacoma forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
do Do you feel like you've gotten sort of a mastery of the algorithms that you have to deal with yet?
Not at all.
Yeah, that's
No,
how I feel
absolutely
too.
not. No.
I'm
I'm sure
really
I've gotten
does,
better.
It
but-
feels like that episode of South Park where like they try and go to the, they go to Wall Street and they're just like cutting off a chicken's head and making it run around like to decide what to do. It's like
Yeah.
grasping at straws, seeing what sticks to the wall.
Yeah. There's I've definitely gotten better at it. I wouldn't say, I don't know if really anyone really has like a full understanding besides like Mr. Beast and like all those motherfuckers.
Yeah,
but-
Mr. Beast has it down to a science.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers got PhDs in that shit.
No, yeah, it's insane. But they've also been studying it. Like when you look at like the track record of a lot of these guys, like it on average takes around like, if you like Mr. Beast, like dude, he's been doing this shit since he was like 16.
Yeah.
Like he's been doing it for
Got a PhD in that shit.
yeah, he's been doing it for like over 8 years or some shit like that. And it's like
That's how long it takes.
if you study
I mean-
anything for 8 years, like
You got a PhD in that shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's it'll happen eventually. I'm just learning each day. I kind of look at it the same way I looked at like school and shit like that, and it's just like, it's a slow process, and a lot of people are like, dude, I don't know how this shit hasn't blown up yet. Like this shit has to blow up. And I'm like, I hope it does blow up, but I hope it blows up at the right time. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because dude, if I blew up right now, like if I was getting like millions and millions of views, I don't know what the fuck I would do, dude. Like that's like. I'd be fucked. Like that would go to my head probably. I'm like shit. Like this is
The smallest amount of fame will go to so many people's
oh
heads.
yeah. Like even with those TikToks, they got like I think in all like maybe like 1.5 million views or something like that. Like that in the grand scheme of things is so fucking small. Like I'm not saying like I'm not thankful for that. Like that's still fucking crazy to me. But like if you really think about it, like dude, Mr. Beast averaged like 3 billion views last year or some shit like that. Like that's like. Dude, that's like
That's why he has enough money to literally be known for giving away money.
Yeah, for real. Like
That's just crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
like 1.5
That's
is
some
not
crazy
really
shit.
that much shit. So it's like
But
You
it's
know.
still nothing to sneeze at though.
Yeah,
There's
no,
people that's
absolutely.
getting 15 and mad about it.
Yeah.
No, it's-
Especially when you look at like all these other people who have been doing it for longer than you and like they
yeah.
are still like kind of stuck in their ways and they don't know how to like game the algorithm or like do these things in a way where like if you just do this one little thing, like if you just edit your videos a little bit more or like do use tags a little bit more or
Yeah,
use
yeah.
one small little thing that takes like 5 seconds, you can get way more views and like
Yeah.
be not wasting your time as much.
This is where I fell out of the loop because I don't do none of that shit.
You should.
Like
Yeah,
I just throw stuff on my story every now and then.
as long as
Just
you
people
just,
from college,
yeah.
that'll get me like 200 views on the story.
Just
You know
post
what I
one.
mean?
Try to post once a day.
150, like some shit like that. Ah, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Even
just
if it is a
just start
story.
with that.
that's why I feel old at. Like
Yeah.
I just throw something on the story every now and then.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I started. Like I took like an oath, I guess, kind of like it's like dude, if I really because like I like making people laugh and like I know that like I was decently good at it. You know what I mean? Like I was like I think I'm kind of a funny guy. You know what I mean? And then like
Nah, you got it, bro.
yeah, and then like once that shit blew up, I was like okay, so I guess other people also think I'm funny. But like
Yeah.
it just like eventually it's just like
It's
just
a-
keep
It's-
going.
Yeah.
Like
And it's a
just don't
balance.
stop.
It's a balance between like being confident enough to know that you're funny and know that you have
Yeah, yeah.
value and know that you can make other people laugh
Mhm.
and like translates the same way to comedy. You have to have that balance between being confident enough and being humble enough not to be like I get mad because like a lot of people get mad after a certain amount of time where they're like, dude, I'm funny as fuck. Why am I not getting famous yet? And it's like
That's exactly why.
that's
'cause
why
you're-
because
yeah,
you're being a dick about
yeah,
it.
because you're not being funny right now. Like,
Yeah,
you're
you're
being a fucking
being
asshole.
The kryptonite to being funny is being mad about something, like
Yeah, yeah,
genuinely upset. Like
Yeah.
if you get on stage and just say like I hate insert group of people and you
Yeah.
mean it genuinely, nobody's gonna laugh at that because it's not
it's
funny.
not fucking funny. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a science to it. Like it's all psychology. Like and that's really what it comes down to is
it really is a ton of psychology. Like writing stand up, like a lot of comedians get in their own heads about it. They're like, oh, this concept is funny to me, which means it will be funny to other people. And it's like,
yeah.
it could be, but
That-
you're writing
yeah.
it in a way where like the audience doesn't get it because you're just doing like
Yeah.
an in your own head rant where you have to turn it into something that people can latch onto.
Yeah. That like that in the game is kind of what's called like dumbing it down kind of. Like, that's kind of
Yeah.
what it is because it's like you might understand it and like
It doesn't have to be that way, but that is
Yeah.
the easiest way to
Yeah.
make it like palatable for a wider audience is to dumb it down.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, like, you gotta like, yeah, it's one thing to like have a topic that's like funny or whatever, but it's like if it's not fucking translated correctly, no one else is gonna think it's funny. So
Yeah.
it's like, you know, you gotta write it a certain way, you gotta deliver it a certain way, you gotta set it up a certain way to where it's like, okay, like they're tracking, they're understanding, you know, but
Also, like, another mistake a lot of comics make, I feel like, is they'll watch the big stand-up comedians and think that they can do the same style. When the issue with that is, like, they've already built their audience. Like, their audience knows who they are and what they're going to talk about and how they're going to talk about it. Whereas if you're going to an open mic and just, like, totally being your own style, like, that can work.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have to be ready for them to, like,
completely
totally hate
revolt it.
Yeah.
Right.
You're on a clean slate.
Because they don't know you.
No,
they don't know you. They're just gonna see you as like being the goofy white dude or whatever. Like whatever you look like, that's the first thing that they're gonna think about you. Which sucks, but like that's how human psychology works.
Yeah, and it's kind of the same thing. It's pretty similar to like YouTube and stuff like that too, because it's like if you post a video and like let's say you have like a thumbnail that's like interesting enough for someone to even click on it, right? Like they click on it and then
the thumbnail is like one of the most important parts of the whole video.
Yeah, the title and thumbnail is extremely important because like, if that's not good, then your video doesn't fucking matter because no one's watching it because
nobody's gonna click on it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like if you like, let's say you start watching like this guy that you've never seen before, right? And you're watching him and shit like that, but he's saying stuff that is only connected to like. He's saying stuff that is only going to connect to the audience that he already has, that they're going to be able to relate to. Like you're not going to get any new cult members, kind of.
Yeah.
Because you're not, you know, you're not making material that is easy enough to attach to, or relate to, or laugh to.
Or you're not doing anything new. Like you're not going outside of your comfort zone. You're just talking to the same group of people that you've already been talking to.
Yeah.
Like you're not adding a new element to it.
Yeah, like if you're hanging out with friends and like a new guy's with you or whatever like that, and you're only making inside jokes, how the fuck is he gonna relate to that?
Right.
Yeah.
You know
how is he gonna know what the fuck you're talking about?
Yeah, he's not gonna be attracted to that.
And cultural references, especially.
Okay.
Yeah. But finding a cultural reference that you both latch onto is great.
Right. That's what I mean. Like, you ever have any run-ins with the law when you do these things? I already know the answer to that is yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You ever feel like you're gonna be shot by the police?
Dude, there's been a couple of times. Dude, the one that
and that's it. I just had to ask those questions.
Dude, that police TikTok, all the comments were literally like, "What would happen if he was black?"
Right.
Like, I was like, "Fuck."
That's
like,
the low hanging fruit.
I
Is
have
like
to ask those questions, bro.
No.
Even
this would have been a lot different.
Yeah, and I was like, "That shit is."
Because once certain people, because like, I'm gonna put you out there, but you might get a little bit more of those comments.
No, yeah.
After I get tagged to this episode, like, let me see who this guy is. If that was my son out there doing that,
and honestly, I don't know because I don't know if I
because some of it's true, a lot of it's probably true, and people feeling like that, but that got to do with you in a lot of it. You know what I mean? Like,
And even if I do test out what would happen if I was black, I might get canceled for that.
Yeah, you can't
blackface.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore either. You can't just be like social experiment. What if I was black?
Yeah, what if I was black? Yeah. Oh my god, dude.
Oh my god,
that'd be so bad.
Fucked up.
I saw this.
That would be terrible.
That'd be career suicide.
This is horrible.
Blackface. Going out in public in blackface. Yeah,
I'm so glad that y'all know. Yeah.
This is horrible.
I can explain it to you.
This is horrible, but I have to bring it up because I saw this movie earlier this week, and it's one of the worst, but also kind of the best movies I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
Have either of you ever heard of Soul Man, 1986?
Soul Man, 1986. No.
It's a 1986 movie.
No.
The whole premise.
Is that when the dude turned white?
Opposite.
Or the white dude turned black?
White dude tries to turn black.
Because it was a black dude that they dressed in whiteface pretty much.
No,
that was the Michael Jackson documentary.
That was
got him. Good one. Nah, my bad. Go ahead. I'll let you go.
Yeah, the whole premise of the movie is there's this white kid from a rich family, grows up in L.A. He gets into Harvard Law School.
Okay.
But the crux of the movie, the conflict of the movie is his dad refuses to pay for his law school, and he can't get any loans.
So he goes blackface to get like financial aid and shit. Oh,
literally, he steals a scholarship meant for like a black student in LA, and like the whole excuse is like there's not a single black student in LA who applied for the scholarship, so I might as well take it.
Wow.
And it's like he takes these literally sun tanning pills, like just to have the excuse, like, we're not doing blackface. He's taking tanning.
Is this supposed to be
pills.
a comedy? Like,
It
what
was
is
a comedy, yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And here's the real kicker of it. You want to know who the fuck is in this movie?
Jimmy Fallon or some shit.
James Earl Jones is in this movie.
Oh,
He
no.
plays like not the dean, but like one of his
Yeah.
professors, and like a bunch of hijinks ensues.
He
Like,
accepted that. Like
yeah,
he-
James Earl Jones was in that movie.
That was not the movie that I was thinking of.
And so was Elaine from Seinfeld. She was
Nice.
also in that movie.
Yeah, they both probably fired their manager after that.
Yeah,
that's fucking so bad.
It couldn't have been a good career move.
Yeah,
the
that's-
movie I was thinking is this dude. He wakes up. I mean, he's a white guy. Excuse me, but it's a black actor
Okay.
in complete whiteface, and he goes through his day, jogging to catch up with the bus and stuff like that. And then one day he wakes up, black dude, and tries to go about his day, and that was meant to be a comedy too.
There's one movie with Chris Rock where he's Chris Rock is like it's like Chris Rock thinks he's Chris Rock, like he's a black guy, but he's like this fucking white.
Yeah,
This white guy.
Yeah,
He's
I've
like
seen
this
that
white
one. He
business guy.
dies, right? Like,
Yep.
Probably.
Yeah.
I've only seen clips from
I
it.
think it's called Down to Earth.
yeah,
Oh,
he
he
like
might,
is
yeah.
reincarnated as like a
Okay.
rich white guy.
And
Yeah.
tries to get with this black lady.
Yeah.
But he's
He's literally like, he looks like the Monopoly man.
racist, yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, no, because the one clip I've seen from it is when he's at he's like doing stand up at like pretty much like an all black club,
Yeah.
and he's this white guy and he's going up there like telling like black
jokes.
yeah, like
Telling
black
Chris
jokes.
Rock's jokes.
Yeah, and they're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is so ridiculous. Yeah, that shit is funny.
Yeah. Those movies are funny to watch as a comedian, though. Like,
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
like just the stand up aspect of it is like, yeah, that is kind of funny to watch.
Yeah.
Like,
just the idea of it is funny. It's
the
like, what
idea of a
fuck?
white dude trying to do like Chris Rock stand up is really funny.
Yeah. Yeah, no, dude, I remember seeing Chris Rock stand up for the first time, and that shit had me on the fucking floor laughing, dude. He has this one joke where it's like,
That's what I grew up on, is like black comedians, and like for the longest
Yeah.
time I was like, how am I going to do comedy when like all of my influences are like literally
Not
the
your race,
the
yeah.
Chris Rock, like there are two
Yeah,
types
yeah.
of black people, like I can't do that.
Yeah, no.
I can't steal that joke.
you can do it. It just probably won't land. It's probably
It definitely wouldn't.
yeah,
land.
no.
gotta take some real,
Some real risks.
Yeah. That takes a lot of confidence.
a lot.
Yeah.
You got that, Matt.
Too much than I have. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead,
I just have enough confidence to say that I want a black woman to sit on my face on stage. Like that's the level of confidence.
That's
I
pretty
have.
fucking funny.
Yeah.
Like, that's funny. Do you tell them that you're Jewish prior to that joke, or do you just that's what
No,
you open with?
Here's the setup of it. It's like I was raised. I didn't have a father growing up, so I was raised by the black men in my community. So like that was great for a lot of reasons, but at the same time, it doesn't work for my face. Like I can't flirt the way I was taught to. Like this is how I was taught to flirt. Hey, baby girl, I like my women like I like my glasses, thick, black, and sitting on my nose. Yeah, and it works.
Okay.
It works, especially when there's like a black woman in the front row that I can like target.
No, yeah, of course,
Yeah,
yeah.
it
That
works
probably
so well.
kills every time.
Dude, there was one showcase that I went to that I did that to a black woman who was there with her boyfriend, and the whole time I was like, please don't kill me, please don't kill me, please don't kill me.
yeah,
after this
yeah,
one.
fuck it. Even if they do kill you,
But
like,
they both laughed, so it was fine.
yeah, who
yeah.
gives a shit? Yeah, and even if someone does start, I feel like, I feel like if someone even does think like, oh fuck you for saying that, then you just start doing crowd work. Then you
Yeah.
then you just start. That's when you do the on the fly shit. you
It
know?
takes a while to get good at crowd work, though. Like
Yeah.
you don't want to just start doing crowd work. When
No,
you're-
yeah, absolutely not. Yeah, no.
When
fuck
you're
that.
like when you have like 6 months in comedy, because like I've seen people do that and it usually doesn't go very well.
yeah, it's like, dude, what the fuck is like even the point of this? Like, what the fuck are you even trying to do, dude? Like,
Well, that's
fuck.
that's like the meta on social media now. Is like all these comics are just posting crowd work clips. Like that's
Yeah, yeah.
that's what I see blowing up,
Yeah.
and it's like I know why they're doing that. It's because comics don't want to burn their jokes. Like they don't want to
Yeah.
post stuff because then people can steal it.
Yeah, that makes sense, and that's scary too. It's like because it's like fuck.
Yeah,
Like, if I start telling jokes and then someone that has more followers than me starts telling it, then it's gonna look like I'm bit biting them.
yeah,
and,
exactly.
And then I'm fucked.
yeah,
Because I think Dave Chappelle's talked about that a couple times. Where like when he was like early, like I think when he was like 15 or 14 or some shit like that, and he talked about this one story where this he told this joke, and then this older guy came up to him and he goes, yo, can I use that joke for one of my sets? I need to use it. Like
I've had that happen to me.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
so weird.
Yeah, it's like, why would you want to tell somebody else's fucking joke?
Yeah,
That doesn't-
exactly.
I don't know, that
I don't
doesn't
know.
make any sense.
I don't know what's been happening in the scene recently here. Like, I'm not gonna say any names, like
Yeah.
start any drama or anything. But like,
Uh-oh.
You can if you want to.
I've
It's
heard
your shit.
I've heard several different people like tell stories of like, this dude's stealing my joke, this dude's stealing my joke, this dude's stealing my joke now.
Yeah.
Like,
Of the same
just
dude.
all of a sudden, like, no, not even the same dude, like multiple different instances of this happening just with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And then right after I heard one of my friends got their bit stolen, like this comic came up to me at an open mic and was like, hey, can I like buy this joke off of you for like
what
$20?
the fuck, dude?
And I was
No.
like, dude, first of all, it's a new set. I'm working on it. So like, why would you even want to use it in the first place?
Yeah.
Because like, it's not even ready yet. Second of all, no. Like,
yeah, it's fucking weird.
it's my
dude.
premise. Like, I
Get a
wrote
better
it for
idea.
me. Like,
Yeah.
write your own jokes, dude.
Yeah, no, it's I think I think that's been a thing for like since the dawn of comedy. But I think it honestly probably will get worse just from like with social media and shit like that and how fast like
It's
everything
so
grows
easy
now.
to steal even when you don't mean to. Because
Oh,
I've
100%. Yeah.
I've had moments where like I've done it on accident. Like I told
Yeah.
this joke about being short, and like I learned through another comic that
It's
another
like a
comic,
Kevin Hart joke or some shit.
not
or-
even a Kevin. It was a joke that this little person was telling, and
Oh, really?
that I know, and
Oh, fuck.
he was like, "Dude, that's a Brock Toronto joke," and I was like, "Oh, dude, I'll stop doing it immediately." I didn't
Yeah.
even know. I didn't even recognize that I was like stealing
Yeah,
this
yeah.
joke subconsciously.
Damn. Yeah, that's rough. There's not
crazy
much you
shit
can
to
do
think
about
about.
that when you're subconsciously stealing jokes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
I've never dealt with that. I've done so few sets that it's
Yeah.
usually just, you know what I mean?
Oh, there's sometimes where like if you because I've gone to the open
Usually
mic
good.
like quite often at the comedy club and like I'll even like
Put your
So-
name in the bucket.
yeah I've done it a couple times but it's never hit. I'm waiting to like when I turn 21 I want to start working there so I can actually get.
Oh
fucking
yeah, that's a
time
problem
there.
too, because like some of the open mics you have to be 21 to go in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How soon you got?
Huh?
How long you got?
Oh, till April of 23rd of this year.
Oh
April
damn,
23rd?
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm right there.
Birthday's on the
Oh
21st.
yeah, you
Oh
can't
really?
you
Oh,
can't
shit.
come to Bob's because it's a bar.
Well, I'm 21 in Tennessee, but so you know that's half the reason I got that is so I could go network and shit like that because I was fucking tired of it. I was like, dude, like I'm like 19. I'm like, fuck, this shit would be so much easier if I could just like
Get in.
go to a fucking bar or some shit. Like I could actually like start like kind of like not necessarily be on a stage, but like just like if I'm talking to people and stuff like that, like. Sometimes I'll just like some of the jokes that I have written down or whatever. I'll kind of just like work that into like a normal conversation or
Yeah, I
whatever.
do
And
that
just
all
like
the time, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
is
I did that to Matt outside.
just now. Like
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
was it 30 minutes? Like a 30-minute set you talked
Nah,
about?
I just gave him like a quick 3.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's
Bam.
the best. It's the best and worst part about hanging out with comics is like we're all
Everyone's
just
just
throwing
trying.
hits
Yeah.
at each other,
It's
and like you
fuck.
notice it in conversation too. Like you're trying a new fucking
3
bit.
jokes.
yeah,
Bam,
yeah.
bam, bam.
Yeah.
You tried to sneak that one in there.
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
thought I
like,
wouldn't
Yeah,
notice.
Yeah.
cleaning that shit up from the last time.
Yeah.
Getting ready.
Or when they tell you the same joke like 2 times in a row, like
Or
in a
you
different
heard him do it on
conversation.
stage before.
Yeah, you're like, dude, like, fuck off, please. Like, what are you doing, dude?
If you wanted a session, bro, we could have had a session.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it's-
but you're supposed to do that too. Like as a comic, you're supposed to like take a notepad with you, write everything down that you think is funny.
Yeah.
at the
I just
time.
use it on my phone. I just
Yeah,
like,
your
if I
phone
think of
is
some
easy
shit,
too.
yeah, I'll write it down.
But like I still have a problem with that. Like I feel uncomfortable like going around with my friends, hanging out with my friends, just writing shit down. I feel like an asshole doing that.
Well, it's like, yeah, I mean, with me, because like, so I've grown up with like always from like middle school. I met my big group of friends. Like it's all the guys that are in the YouTube videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like we've been friends since like fucking 12 or 13 or whatever, and like
Yeah, that's me and my co-host Ramon. We've
Mhm.
been boys since middle school.
yeah, and like that's fucking important, and that's also rare too. It's
Yeah.
rare that shit will happen sometimes. Where like you're really like a ride or die for these guys for like fucking 10, 9, 8 years or whatever, and like just like hanging around them and shit like that, and like constantly always being able to like bounce material off them and stuff like that, and like just like talk to them or tell jokes or whatever. Like it's super fucking important, and like
Yeah.
it's also important having friends that aren't just yes men all the time. Like
Yeah.
like dude, like what the fuck are you talking about? Like
Word.
that shit is trash. Like that joke's not even funny. Like, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
But-
you have to have friends who are willing to tell you when your shit is ass. Like
Yeah.
that's what I love about my crew of friends. Like they've been in a bunch of my reels, but like I met them doing comedy,
Yeah.
and like they always come out to my open mics and shit, and they're
Yeah.
super supportive. But at the
That's
same
dope.
time, if I bomb, they'll be like, "Yeah, man, that was rough. You suck tonight."
They got to keep it real with you sometimes,
Right.
you know, because that's
And I would hate them if they didn't. If they were like, "Dude,
fuck yeah.
that was so funny. You should have killed tonight."
you'd
I'd
be like, fuck off.
"Fuck
like,
off. I
yeah.
know I was bad."
Yeah,
okay?
like, that shit was dog shit. Like
It was
whatever.
brand new. It's supposed to be kind of bad.
Yeah, it's supposed to be ass, dude. Like, what the fuck?
It's how it
Yeah.
starts out. We're taking a diamond from the rough.
Yeah.
This is the rough part, and we're polishing it down.
Yeah, and the thing is too, like if you don't have those friends, like, you know, if they are telling you it's cool or whatever, like they're depriving people of your full potential. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're depriving other people of, you know, a joke that could make other people laugh.
Oh
you know?
yeah.
You know, you gotta keep it real where it needs to be kept real.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
people will put themselves into that bubble too because, like, I don't know, they're uncomfortable with like being told that they're bad or like, it sucks. Like,
Echo
it sucks.
chambers and shit.
It sucks to bomb or it sucks to like
It's probably
be
grown
told
up,
that you're
though.
doing bad.
It's
but
growing
yeah,
pains.
yeah.
You know?
How else are you gonna grow if you like think that your shit is always hot and you can never do wrong?
Yeah, no, that's a recipe for like a serial killer or some shit like that.
Right,
I
that's
think
some
Ted
life
Bundy
shit,
had that
yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
That's
So-
some overall overarching shit. Like at
Yeah.
some point, it's like, hey, bro, go take a shower. If your man's can't tell you stink,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
how you get to a point where you've been doing comedy for 10 years and you do the same set at every single open mic and never change it ever.
Yeah, you got to keep moving, dude. You got to
Yeah.
fucking. Yeah, I couldn't imagine. That's another thing too. When I go to the comedy club, I've heard motherfuckers like just do the same set over and over again.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
And it works enough at Tacoma Comedy Club because like there's a diversity of an audience to the
Yeah.
point where like you can get away with that
Mm-hmm.
because almost every night it's a different group of people.
Yeah.
But like eventually, like if you get people coming back and they hear you doing the same set that you did like
Yeah, you're
10
like-
years ago, they're gonna be like,
Dude.
"Dude, this is awful. This guy isn't funny.
Yeah.
I've never been to
It
that
was funny
place.
the first time, but now it's not funny anymore because I know
So
you
never
just
been
do
that
it every
person?
time."
I've never been to that place.
Tacoma Comedy Club?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You should. You should try and come out.
I've never done the same joke on stage twice.
That's good.
Okay, yeah.
So
Like-
from
There's a balance. Like you should repeat a set that you're working on and like trying to refine it and like change the wording and stuff. But like once you have it nailed down, I would say like there's a time and place to do it again, but you shouldn't do it again
here goes
like
a
at
little
open mics.
tidbit. Because of whatever I got going on and shit, I have never done a prepared joke on stage.
You've never done a written joke?
Nope.
Holy shit.
Because everything that I write, it just comes pouring out my ear on like in those moments of
Yeah.
like heart palpitations, sweaty palms, nerves, like shaky knees, I'm
Yeah.
gonna throw up.
That makes sense.
That's an
forget
exciting stage to be
everything.
in. That was
Yeah.
my
And
first
then
9
I get
months.
up there and
gone.
everything that comes out after that is just like
yeah.
My
It's on the
first
fly.
little fragments
Yeah.
of whatever's in there.
my first 9 months, I would just go up and like nervous rant and
Mm-hmm.
just be like, "This is what I fucking hate about like going on the train or whatever." Like just rant about a certain topic, and it became a set later. Like there are things that I would rant about that would become written jokes.
Yeah.
But like my whole first 9 months, I wasn't writing anything, and like I got by doing that. But at the same time, you aren't gonna write something that like hits super hard that way.
Yeah.
Like
I
you
mean,
have to have something prepared to.
unless you're literally fucking Dave Chappelle, like
Yeah.
there.
Well, that comes with doing it for so long.
Yeah, because like it eventually gets to the point where it's like it's the same thing as like Juice WRLD, how Juice WRLD literally freestyled for a fucking hour straight. Like
Yeah,
you
that's
think
insane.
you think all that was written in his head already? No, like his thought process is so locked in on only rhyming shit. Like his whole mindset, the only thing he fucking obsesses about and thinks about is fucking rapping, like is lyrics and shit like that. And like
Yeah.
it's the same thing with comedy where it's like if you just fucking overly obsess over this thing, the only thing you're going to be thinking about is funny shit. So
Yeah.
it's like, you know, cuz that's writing jokes, that's what that is it's translating thoughts into words. on stage.
A comic I know in this area who's exactly like that is Nate Jackson,
Nate Jackson.
who owns Nate Jackson's Super Funny Comedy Club.
Okay.
Because like he'll just go on stage and do 40 minutes of crowd work.
Yeah, it's fucking
because
just
his brain is wired to the point where he can
it's
think
the
up
only thing he thinks
a
about.
joke with a premise and
Yeah.
a punchline so quick that
Yeah.
he can be like, oh, you two are dating. Here's how I make that funny. Like,
Yeah.
he'll just go, and it's consistently good.
Yeah.
I just recently started watching a lot of his stuff,
Yeah,
even after having taken a class or everything.
yeah.
Like it wasn't until very, very recently that I just started like binging on the Nate Jackson.
Yeah, ever since we took that class,
That dude's hilarious.
how I met DK is we took Nate Jackson's comedy class together.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that. I
Yeah.
think like it was like the one where he's like with the whiteboard and shit like that
Yeah,
on stage. Okay, yeah.
yeah, it was very technical. Like it was
Yeah.
a lot different than what I was expecting a comedy class to be. Like some people say comedy classes are a scam, and like depending on what you get out of it,
Yeah.
it could be. But like I got like the top spot at the graduation showcase, and I got booked for a weekend off of it. So
Yeah. There's a formula
I
to
got
everything.
a lot out of it.
Yeah, there's a formula to everything, even comedy.
Yeah,
So-
like that's where I got that book over there, Judy Carter's the New Comedy Bible.
Yeah.
Like, it's great for writing a structure. Like it doesn't tell you how to write the best joke, but it's like, here's how you structure a joke in a way where
This
a
is
crowd
how it
will get it.
psychologically works.
Yeah, that's how that's the psychology of how you
Yeah, yeah.
like get people hooked onto
When
it.
these powers combine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. I feel like I haven't been like as funny the past fucking like year-ish. I feel like
There are plateaus, man.
I know. I feel like I was so much funnier like a fucking like year and a half ago. I'm like, fuck. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. Like, I don't know if it's just because like,
That's
Like-
how I've been feeling like within the last like 2 months too.
yeah.
Like it's like I got that high off of like having that one showcase set that went off
Mm-hmm.
and like doing really well and meeting a bunch of brand new people. But now I'm at a point where it's like all the new shit that I'm trying isn't hitting the way I want it to.
Yeah. It's
And
kind of
it's like,
scary.
oh, I don't want to
feeling.
do this anymore. This sucks.
Yeah. It's a scary feeling. Like it's like
I'm back to bombing again. That
yeah, like
Sucks
fuck.
dick.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like I think it's just because like I've been doing like. Because, like, when I added, like, actually, like, consistently doing, like, the YouTube shit, like, I added another element, like, into my life a little bit besides just... Because, like, before, I was going to school to become a plastic surgeon at UPS. And so, like, that was kind of, like, my thing, where it was, like, I'm going to do school, but then also on the side, like, I like making people laugh and shit like that. So, it was, like, those are the only two things that I obsessed over. Like, it was just, like, okay, I'm going to do school, but also, like, I got to be the funniest motherfucker ever. Like, I have to be so funny.
yeah, new soap Oscar video filling a girl's breast implants with chocolate pudding.
Yeah, fucking, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I mean, like, since, like, adding, like, this whole, like, YouTube shit and, like, how logic and, like, analytic based it is.
Yeah,
Like, it
It's
sucks
a-
the life out of shit sometimes.
it's
where
a
like,
full-time job. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like, fuck. Like,
in a lot of ways.
dude, like, when I'm fucking editing a video or whatever like that, and I have to hear myself say the same joke fucking 5 times over and over and over again because I'm trying to cut it a certain way.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like this isn't funny.
yeah, I'm like, dude, like, is this even fucking funny anymore?
Right,
Because
yeah.
if you hear the same joke over and over again, you're like, fuck, like, this just is not funny. But it's like the first time it was funny, and like for other people, that's gonna be the first time they hear it. So like, it is funny, but it's
Right.
like,
You have to put yourself in the mind of someone else
Yeah.
watching the video.
yeah, and like, yeah, it's hard. And then you kind
It's
of,
just a grind.
yeah, you start to second guess yourself too.
How many hours would you say you put in every week?
Per week. What's 8 times 7?
56.
56. I would say like 56 hours a week.
Yeah, that's more than a
Some shit like
full-time
Yeah.
job. That's
it's
as
a
much
lot.
as I was working in
With-
my last
with
full-time job.
delayed compensation.
Yeah, with already.
delayed compensation.
Yeah, with like working also because I get home from work and I turn my computer on. That's what I do until I go to sleep.
Word.
That's all I do. This is like because I know eventually it's gonna get to the point where I'm gonna wake up in the morning and it's like, oh shit, I don't have to go to work now because I'm like that's like I look at my bank account and it's like, oh shit, like this many people bought merch. Like I just made fucking $300 while I was sleeping or some shit like that. Like I'm good, you
Dude,
know?
doing merch rocks, especially like
Bro, yeah.
did you have any difficulties with here's a very marketing buzzword, conversion, like getting people to actually
I like
buy
it.
something? 'Cause,
Uh,
like that, I feel like that's one of the main challenges with
Mhm.
social media is like one of the hardest things is getting people to see your stuff.
yeah.
Then you have to get them to follow. Then you have to engage with them so
Yeah,
that they
yeah.
stay there. Then you have to like get them to do whatever you want them to do.
Yeah,
whether
you
it's watch
manipulate.
or-
That's why I say it's a cult because like it kind of
Yeah.
is the
They have to like you. They have to
Yeah.
like your personality.
yeah. But I mean
Be
yeah.
willing to spend $50 with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to like you enough to spend $50,
Yeah,
which is hard.
That's why you gotta make it. You gotta make them feel.
Most people
you know?
don't have friends that would give them $50.
Yeah. But no, I think the conversion was no, it was like fairly easy because I didn't start really. Like, how long ago would I have been since I started selling this shit? I think it's been like maybe like 2 months now. But like my first month selling merch, I think I sold like fucking. It was like 30 units or something like that. I sold 30 units.
Damn.
And then the next, or that same month, so like the next drop kind of, I think I sold 40 or 30 or something like that. So I almost had like I had like 100 unit month or something like that.
Yeah.
Like selling this merch. And like, it was just like, that's like the whole thing is like, you know, when you make people laugh, like Marilyn Monroe said, she was like, you know, the key to any woman's heart is making her laugh. Like if you can make a girl laugh, like you're good. Like you got her.
Yeah.
You know
Dude,
what I mean? So
you're talking to the king of like, she let me hit because I'm goofy.
Yeah. She let me hit because I'm goofy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that's kind of what it is though. It's like if you can make these people laugh and like, it's like selling drugs. Where it's like if you give someone an addictive substance, they're gonna keep coming back to you because they get a dopamine hit.
And it's less dangerous than selling crack.
Extremely less dangerous than crack. Yeah.
Except for the time where you get kicked out of U of O.
Yeah, kicked out of U of O and shit. Yeah, that'll happen every now and then. But yeah, I mean that's kind of what it is. We're just all selling drugs. We're selling a drug,
fat dude, bro. That's all I had.
We're selling laughter. Yeah.
Yeah,
As a fat joker, all I had was like I'm
exactly
a fat joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I had was making chicks laugh.
Listen, man,
And
you're
I can
tall.
cook.
You're tall, man.
Yeah,
You
you're
got an
also- yeah,
advantage.
you're tall
You,
also.
you got an advantage I don't got. Okay.
Bro, I'm barely tall.
Last
See?
girlfriend I dated, the Nigerian girl, was like 5'11". People would look at me real
Damn,
weird.
dude.
People would be like, "How
Where's she
the
at,
fuck are you hitting that?"
Yeah, dude.
I had this
that's,
girl at
Where
Bob's.
is she? I need that. Send her
She's
my
not for
way.
you. I can tell you, she's
my
not for you.
fucking God, dude.
For your own good,
Send her
she's not
my
for
way.
you.
Jesus Christ.
5'10" Nigerian chick.
But there was this girl at Bob's who came up to me and was straight up gave me the stink eye, like, "How are you dating a girl that attractive?" And it's like,
Ask her.
bitch,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
goofy. She let me hit because I'm goofy.
Yeah, I'm a silly goose, dude.
I'm
What
a
can I
silly
say?
little goose. I
Yeah.
do tricks, you know?
Yeah, no, I definitely like being funny, like a little bit sometimes. Like I would say I'm like the fucking funniest guy in the world, but like I can at least like make some people laugh. But like it's definitely helped with like a lot of shit in my life. Like
Oh, yeah.
like making someone laugh or like giving someone a feeling like a dopamine hit or like serotonin, you know, when you talk to them, like
It's a high.
that's fucking like what the fuck.
That's
like,
why most-
that's fucking crazy.
That's why you should get into comedy because,
Yeah.
like, that's what it should be about is, like,
Yeah.
bringing joy to other people's lives.
Mhm.
Like,
Like yeah, like
A lot of people get it out of perspective. They're like, oh, this is all about me and my career. And, like,
yeah.
yeah, if you want to do it for a career, that's important to think about. But at the same time, like, you got to remember what comedy is about. It's not about, like, getting on a soapbox. It's not about, like,
Yeah,
your
no.
ego. It's about making a crowd full of people laugh and, like,
Yeah.
making them forget about the stress of, like, working a shitty job that they don't like.
Yeah. If you just always stick to that foundation, like it doesn't, at least in my experience, like nothing else really matters. Like fuck the merch, like fuck, you know, whatever else. Like, dude, if all this really does go downhill, like whatever, like I get canceled or like fucking whatever, like, dude, I'm still going to be me. You know what I mean? Like I'm still going to do the thing I love to do. And that's fucking be funny or whatever, you know, tell jokes and shit. Like, dude, fuck everything else. I don't care. I could fucking lose it all. And I'll be like, well, you know, I'm still going to go out. I'm still going to go fuck with people. You know, I'm still going to fucking be funny and shit.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel the same exact way. Like, I went down the path. I graduated college with a business degree.
Yeah.
Went to work, like, insurance sales for a big corporation.
Fuck, that's rough.
Yeah, it was rough as shit. Did that for a year. Got laid off because they were like, "You are a shitty ass salesman."
Yeah, dude.
And I was like, you know, man, like,
None of that comedy helped with sales at all, really?
I thought it would. Like, it helped me get the job. 'Cause
Okay, yeah,
I
yeah.
told them, like, oh, yeah, I do stand-up comedy. And, like, oh, dude, you'll be an excellent salesman.
Yeah, usually that's how it works.
And then it's like,
yeah.
I don't want to have to tell this old lady who's, like, her business is on the risk of foreclosure to, like,
Yeah.
upgrade her insurance package. Like, there are two types of salesmen. There are the types who, like, work extra hard to, like, help their clients and genuinely want to help them. And then there are like the car salesmen who are like just trying to get that commission check.
Yeah.
And I was the first kind, and it burnt me out. I was working like
Yeah.
65, 70 hours, like just trying to help
Fuck,
clients.
dude.
And it got to the point where my bosses were like, why are you spending all this time trying to like do extra shit? Like you should be getting in more sales. And I was like, I'm trying to help this business to like not.
Yeah, it can be
Fall
sometimes
apart.
an emotionalist labor act.
Yeah.
But
They're like, you're doing too much emotional labor and physical
Yeah.
or like paper labor. So you're not as good of a salesman as we want you to be. And I was like, all right,
yeah.
fine.
Well,
I
that-
got a fat, like, what's it called? Severance package, and
yeah.
Just have been.
fucking 78, dude.
going in
76
on
hours
comedy.
a week. Fuck, that's a lot, dude.
Yeah, and I was salaried too, so I wasn't getting like overtime or anything. It was all
Oh,
like
Jesus.
commission and base pay. So
Yeah, you got to think about like the time thing too, because you're like, fuck, that's how many hours a day I'm putting into like this shit.
Right.
8 to 10 hours a day.
Yeah, and then the rest of your day is what? Then the shit you actually want to do?
Maybe one open mic a week because I'm so
Yeah.
goddamn tired that
The
I'm like,
math doesn't make sense, man.
I don't.
No,
have,
it doesn't.
I
'cause
don't
the-
have
done
the
it a lot.
energy to
Yeah.
go and do comedy.
Yeah, you got to do the thing you want to do.
I've done
Stay
it
out
Follow
until
your dreams.
midnight and then get up early in the morning to
Yeah.
go do it again.
That's the story of my life, dude. Fuck, staying up till fucking like 3 or 2 in the morning for fucking 4 days a week and being like, but on Friday I'll be able to sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just keep grinding.
I need my beauty sleep, man.
Yeah.
Like my brain is just fried if I don't get at least
Mhm.
8 hours, which is fucked.
I
Like,
got the opposite problem, bro. I get my sleep.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's
That's why
lucky.
I look at Nate Jackson's thing like, fuck. I want to get out there, but
I gotta go to bed.
I gotta go to bed at a reasonable time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's hard for me to sleep, dude. It's real hard. It's hard for me to go to bed and be like, I just get too deep in my own mind.
word.
I'm like, fuck. Like,
I have a similar problem. Like I write some of my best jokes at like 3 in the morning, right as I'm trying to go to bed. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck, I just got an idea. I have to write this shit down. God damn it.
yeah, sleep deprivation definitely can help, like, being funny and shit like that. Like, I have made
Oh,
some of
yeah.
the funniest jokes at like 4 or 5 in the morning.
I was just at my friend's house and I was like cracking up my friend's mom, like just telling jokes because I was like,
yeah.
I hadn't slept for 24 hours and I was like there hanging out in Bonnie Lake and I was just like,
yeah.
yeah, you're a teacher, right? Like any of those kids ever feel like school shooters? and she was like busting up laughing and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm super sleep deprived. And she was like, no, that's funny.
Yeah, no, who gives a shit? Fuck it, dude.
The hardest thing was
I just get into like, who gives a fuck? I'm tired. I'm
No,
gonna say
it-
whatever.
Yeah, that's really what it is. Like, sleep deprivation, because it's the equivalent of being drunk. So it's like,
Yeah.
you do have like a fuck it type of attitude after like
No,
not sleeping
absolutely.
for 24 hours.
and it's hard to motherfucking get yourself up to go grab the pen and pad. So it wasn't until I started having that
Yeah.
shit close. It's like I remember it later. It's like, nigga, no, the fuck you won't.
yeah,
Get the fuck up.
yeah.
Go write it down.
Yeah, dude. Sometimes you don't even want to write it down too, because you're like, am I cheating myself? Like, if it's not, I had this thing where I was like, if I have to write it down in order to remember it, then it's not funny enough.
Nah, that's
I-
not how that works.
I had that.
No,
for like,
man.
Yeah, I had that for a while, and I was
I
like,
promise.
what the fuck am I talking about? I was like, dude, I need to fucking write this shit down.
Dude, like,
It's like
I've
strokes of
lost
genius.
so many strokes
Yeah,
of genius just
sure.
by being like, "That's so funny, I will remember it," and then the next
You
day
don't.
I'm like,
yeah, no,
"What
you're
was
on
that
you're-
thing?"
Yeah, you're on to the next shit, dude.
Yeah,
I've had that a lot of times, but I've
Them
gotten better.
Them shits happen right when I wake up or right when I fall asleep.
Yep.
I'm just having like that little in between, little like, ooh,
Yeah.
I see that shit killing in the future. I should fight this
Yeah.
wonderful drifting feeling right now
Mhm.
and write it down.
Then you don't.
Hell no. I'm not rich, motherfucker.
I got other
That's how
shit to
dope
do.
that shit be, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, I get rich if I go grab my pen right now. Damn. Do you see that shit? Yeah, that shit'll be funny. Ah,
I got
I'm
gold on these pages.
Yeah, dude. That's funny.
I had to keep the pen. I had to keep the pad close.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, you got to keep it right on you if you're about to
Yeah,
fall
for real.
asleep.
not
Especially
to not to
waking
cut
up, too.
anybody off, but we're at about an hour and 15, so I think
Holy
we
shit.
better wrap it up.
Has it really been
Yes.
an hour 15 already?
Yeah,
Holy
time flies,
fuck.
man.
What's your longest podcast you've had?
I think this is the longest one.
Just
so
Really?
beat that shit.
yeah,
Yeah, I just want to make
Pause,
sure we.
I guess is what the
Yeah, I
Just-
just want to beat it.
dude, editing this is gonna be a bitch. I'm gonna have to listen to this like twice.
Do you really have to edit that much? Like, is it like?
I
you
don't
usually, like, cut
have
certain
to,
stuff
but
out?
I like to just to like in case there's like an audio pop or whatever. Like I
my
like to
Yeah,
make the
I'm
audio
screaming.
clean.
My bad, bro. My bad.
And I might have to cut this down, like cut out some dead air a little bit. So it takes.
Yeah, there was a couple spaces of dead air.
Yeah.
Got a little awkward.
Yeah. But you know, growing pains. Growing pains.
Sorry,
I'm having
that's fine.
two guests who
No,
have never
you're
met
fine.
each other before on.
Yeah.
Feel like
But-
fucked it up.
Nah. This was a good episode.
but
We got
coulda-
into it.
We could have got deeper into that because that shit is funny.
Yeah,
You know
that
what
shit
I
is
mean?
always
I
interesting.
do get scared for you guys sometimes.
We'll have to have you on again.
No, definitely 100%. Yeah.
When
This is-
Ramona's
this is good.
back, we can talk more about
Word
like
up.
the comedy and shit.
the
like
comedy
that.
and
yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah, no, we should. That'd be
But-
fun.
That shit's hilarious.
Yeah,
stuff.
thanks DK for filling in. We
Yeah,
appreciate
man,
you.
DK_Jeffers.
DK_Jeffers
private,
on
so,
Instagram.
So
Yeah.
I gotta check
Request
you
to
out
follow
first.
him.
Yeah, request to follow him, please.
Request to follow me,
Yeah.
and I'll check you out.
And then
Make sure.
Soap Oscar.
Yeah, I'm Soap Oscar on all platforms. SOAPOSCAR.
Yeah, he's got some dope ass merch too. So check out his merch. He's
Yeah.
wearing some right now.
Yeah, go buy it.
Narrows Bridge
Something.
Dive Team.
Not for the faint of heart. Yeah.
And I appreciate you guys having me on. This is dope. This is only my second podcast, so
Oh, word.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's so. I was like, yo, are we a part of his shit right now? Is he trying to
No,
prank
no,
us right now? Like,
No, I made sure I came alone just to
Yeah.
like fucking make sure you guys were safe.
Yeah,
or whatever.
before you got here, DK was like, "Do I need to beat this guy up if he's trying to?"
Oh
prank me?" And I was like, "I don't
Like,
think
give me the
I don't
word,
think it's
yeah.
gonna be
No,
like
no.
that."
No, I
give me
figured,
the
I figured
word.
I'd
Is he
just come
playing
alone.
us out, yo?
No,
came alone.
There's the one
Jiu-jitsu black
podcast.
belt.
Yeah, the one podcast I did do. I filmed like that just so I could, because I was filming for a video and shit like that, just so I could like transition it or whatever. But no, this one I was like, I'll just come alone. You guys seem, relaxed and everything.
Yeah, we're pretty chill. We play it
Yeah.
by ear. It's a little scuffed here at the
That's how it's supposed to be. Dude.
Anthony Cumia
Right,
West
that's how I feel.
Studios.
Yeah.
whatever.
that's how you make the best shit right there. Is when everything is scuffed and it's just like off the fucking fly and everything like
Yeah,
that.
it's not sanitized. Okay, we're speaking raw. We're speaking truths
Yeah, it's
over here.
just
Where
no
else are
lube.
you gonna hear bits such as asking a lady to say the N word?
No
to call for
Vaseline
your
on this
dog.
podcast.
No
that's for sure.
Vaseline. Anyways, for the fans, subscribe as always. Check out our Patreon if you want to support the show. Follow us on Instagram, American Super Squad, as well as YouTube, TikTok, all those platforms. And have a great rest of your week.
Love y'all.
Love y'all. Bye.
I like y'all a lot.
This is my job, man. This is how I put food on the table.
Real talk.
Sleep all goddamn day, every day. Play the same fucking games over and over and over again every day. My day is shit. It's gonna be shit tomorrow. It's just gonna be shit after that. Just gonna be shit after that. My day is shit. It's gonna be shit tomorrow. It's just gonna be shit after that. Just gonna be shit after that. I'm a fat dude. I'm going to cheat. I'm a fat dude. Throwing controllers to a beat. I'm a fat dude. I'm going to cheat. I'm a fat dude.
I'm a